Hi, I'm Holly Lynch, the Member of Parliament for Halifax, and I've just visited Halifax Academy just to see the brilliant work that all staff, teachers and the kids' pupils are coming together to do. These are absolutely exceptional times, and your pupils, kids coming here, we know how difficult it's been, the disruption to your education. But thank you for everything that you're doing, your patience for keeping yourselves and your community safe. Thanks to your amazing teachers who are doing their best to look after you. Keep delivering that education that's so important. We will come through this together by looking after each other, not looking to blame anyone. We are all in this together. Stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's update. I wanted to start with that message from Holly because she came round and looked around the school last week, and she was so impressed with what she saw. She wanted to just tell all of you, all of the families, all of the students and the staff about what a good job they're doing. We're quite a humble school and we don't often like to brag about what we're doing well, so it's nice that somebody comes in and recognises all of the hard work that the students are putting in to make sure that it's as safe as possible and following all of the instructions. Holly saw brilliant lessons and really calm environment, and she was blown away by what she saw from reception to year 11. So thank you to all the students involved, and thank you to yourselves for supporting us in that. Throughout, at the end of this video, I'm going to just put together some things about what the school looks like. I know that we talk about high health and safety all the time, but again, just to remind you what we are actually doing in schools. This week, I'd like to be able to talk to you about what actually the curriculum is, what we're doing, what we're studying, how well the students are doing in all of the different year groups. But alas, COVID isn't going away, and it's not going away soon. So I just wanted to explain the process about what happens when we get a positive case in school. So far, the cases that we've had in school the children have got them from the community. That's where they've unfortunately got the infection. So on receiving information that we've got a positive case in school, I then phone Public Health England, and Calderdale have been brilliant. They've been really supportive with this. We go through effectively where the child has sat, what lessons they've been in. They ask questions about who they come to school with, who they go home from school with, who are their friends, who have they been in contact with. And the three key things are who have they been in contact with for more than 15 minutes within 2 metres, have they had any physical touch with someone, and who do they share their walk to school with and their close contacts and friends. So once we have that information, we then go and have a look at the seating plans in class, and we make sure that we've identified those students who sit around the one student in class. We're then able to get a list of who then needs to go home to isolate. And this is why we're able to send home fewer children than collapsing a whole year group. And it's really important we do this. Children have already missed too much education, and we want to keep them in school for as much as possible. So once we've identified our list, we then talk to Public Health Calderdale again, we explain our process, and they confirm that that's okay to send those children home and isolate. At home, when those children are isolating, if we have sent them with a letter saying that they've been in contact with someone or potentially contact with someone with COVID, then the family don't have to isolate. You can still get on with your normal business. Just the child has to isolate, and by that they must effectively stay in their bedroom. And it's making sure that they have as little contact with other members of the family for 14 days. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's really important they do that so we can minimise community infections. It's only if your child starts to show symptoms will you have to isolate yourselves. And it's only at that point would you need to go and get a test. And if your child then tests is negative, then you don't have to isolate. The child still has to continue to for the 14 days. So hopefully that will explain a little bit as to why we're only sending a few number of children home rather than whole year groups. We want to keep children in school as safe for as long as possible to make it as safe as possible for all of them. So that's what we're doing at the moment, and be really supportive. If you could be supportive, that would be brilliant. And again, the children are doing an absolutely fantastic job so far with obeying all of the different things we've put in place. There's so much to get their heads around. They've done a really good job. This week in tutorial, we're going to go through why we're making certain decisions, why we've got a one-way system, why face masks are really important, why you can't touch and mess around with friends, all of these things. Because the government guidelines of hands, face, space is the hands and the face thing. The washing of the hands, the wearing face coverings is quite clear, but the space is more difficult for students to understand, and we're going to go into that a little bit more this week. Because obviously any type of physical contact, any type of skin-to-skin touch means your child is at risk of infection, and that's why we have to send them home. It's really important that we minimise that wherever possible. And obviously with the face coverings to protect each other, and the washing of the hands to make sure that we do have it on our hands, we're not spreading the infection. So that's it from me. As I say, at the end of this, there are just a couple of short videos just trying to explain what we've actually done in school. I hope everybody has a really good week. Keep safe, and I'll speak to you next week. Thanks very much.